Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today I want to share a story with you. It's a story about a young boy named Leo, and it might just change the way you think about your day. Leo was, to put it mildly, a bit of a procrastinator. He lived in a cozy little town where everyone else was always bustling about. But Leo's favorite activity was, well, doing nothing. His motto was, "Why do today what you can put off until tomorrow?" Mowing the lawn, fixing his bike, even finishing his favorite video game, it could all wait. His parents would often sigh and say, "Leo, the clock is ticking." But to Leo, time felt endless, like a river that would never run dry. One sunny afternoon, while he was lying in a hammock staring at the clouds, an old man with a long white beard and twinkling eyes approached him. He wasn't from their town. He had an air of mystery about him. The old man smiled kindly and said, "Young man, you seem to have a lot of time on your hands." Leo just shrugged. "I guess so. There's always tomorrow." The old man chuckled softly. "Ah, but what if I told you there's a place where you can trade your unused time for anything you desire?" Leo's eyes widened. Anything, like the brand new gaming console he'd been dreaming of, or maybe even a mountain of ice cream. Intrigued, he sat up. "You're kidding, right?" "Not at all," the old man replied, pulling a strange ornate pocket watch from his coat. It didn't have numbers, just swirling, glowing patterns. "This watch can take you to the time market. But be warned, every trade has its price." Before Leo could ask another question, the old man tapped the watch, and the world around Leo dissolved into a dizzying spiral of colors. When his vision cleared, Leo found himself in the most extraordinary place he had ever seen. It was a bustling marketplace, but instead of selling fruits or clothes, the stalls were filled with glowing hourglasses of all shapes and sizes. People were bartering and trading, but not with money. They were trading shimmering, ethereal wisps of light that they pulled from their own chests. Leo realized with a jolt that this was the time market, and these wisps were moments of people's lives. He saw a young woman trade a whole year for a single, brilliant spark labeled success. He saw a man trade a decade for a glowing orb called wealth. It was mesmerizing. Leo, remembering all the hours he'd idly wasted, felt a rush of excitement. He had so much time to trade. He eagerly approached a stall run by a cheerful-looking merchant. "I want to trade my time," Leo declared. The merchant looked him over. "And what do you have to offer, young one?" Leo thought about all the lazy afternoons, the postponed chores, the hours spent daydreaming. "I have lots of tomorrows," he said proudly. "Lots of time I haven't used yet." The merchant's smile faded slightly. "We don't trade in tomorrows, my boy. We only trade yesterdays. You can only sell the time that has already passed." Leo was confused. "But what good is time that's already gone?" The merchant explained, "The value of your past time depends on how you used it. A moment spent learning a new skill is worth a fortune. A moment spent helping someone is priceless. But a moment spent doing nothing, well, that's worth almost nothing at all." He pointed to a dusty jar in the corner filled with faint, barely visible wisps. The label read "Wasted Moments." They were practically worthless. Leo's heart sank. All his lazy days, his procrastination, they were all in that jar. He had a mountain of time, but it was all fool's gold. Feeling dejected, he wandered through the market and saw the old man from the park. He was standing by a stall that wasn't selling anything. Instead, it had a large, beautiful clock with hands that were spinning backward. "What's this?" Leo asked. The old man smiled. "This is the stall of second chances. You can't buy back your wasted time, but you can learn from it." He pointed to the clock. "Every tick backward is a lesson from a moment you let slip away." Leo watched as the hands spun. He saw himself choosing to nap instead of helping his dad in the garden. He saw himself putting off his homework until he was too tired to do it well. Each memory was a small pang of regret. But then he saw other things. He saw the joy on his mom's face when he did surprise her by doing the dishes. He remembered the satisfaction of finally fixing his bike and the freedom of riding it down the street. These moments, he realized, were the truly valuable ones. They weren't just time passed. They were time lived. The old man placed a hand on Leo's shoulder. Time is not a currency to be spent or saved, my boy. It is a canvas. Every second you paint a stroke. You can choose to leave it blank, or you can create a masterpiece. The choice is always yours. With those words, the world began to spiral again, and Leo found himself back in his hammock. The sun was a little lower in the sky, and the old man was gone, but the lesson remained, burned into his mind. He looked at his hands, not as instruments of idleness, but as tools to build, to create, to help. From that day on, Leo was a changed boy. He still enjoyed relaxing, but he no longer saw it as the default. He started his days with a question: what can I create on my canvas today? He helped his parents, he learned to play the guitar, he finished not just one, but 3 video games, and he even started a small gardening project in his backyard. He discovered that the joy wasn't in having endless time, but in making every moment count. He learned that productivity wasn't about being busy. It was about being purposeful. The river of time he once saw as endless, he now saw as a precious flowing current, and he was determined to navigate it with skill and joy. So, what can we all learn from Leo's story? It's a simple but profound truth. Our time is the most valuable thing we have. It's not about cramming every second with work. It's about being intentional. It's about finding the balance between rest and action, between consumption and creation. Think about your own time market. What are your moments worth? Are you creating valuable memories, learning new skills, and connecting with the people you love? Or are you letting your precious moments fade away into that dusty jar of wasted time? The past is gone, and we can't get it back. But today, right now, this very moment, this is a fresh piece of canvas. You get to decide what you paint on it. Don't wait for a magical old man with a pocket watch. Your wake-up call is right now. Thank you so much for watching and spending some of your valuable time with me today. If this story resonated with you, please hit that like button and consider subscribing for more content that helps us all live a more meaningful life. Let me know in the comments one thing you're going to do today to make your time count. Until next time, make every moment a masterpiece.